My grandfather started his first auto parts shop that he opened when he was about 30 years old. And then my dad didn't like school, so he dropped out of school, and when he was 15, he opened his first auto repair shop. And then he moved to San Antonio, and he opened his second auto repair shop that's been open for about 15 years now. Sure, I mean, watching him just work hard every day, just coming home and going to work at leaving 5 a.m. to go to work, get home till 10, 11 p.m., like the effort that he put into knowing like how big he wanted his business to be, really inspired me to open my own business, which is what I've always wanted since I was little. I've done everything between dealing with customers to dealing with financial stuff, dealing with bookkeeping, auto repairs. I've done them before. Dad has taught me a lot of stuff for there, so definitely it's a good thing to learn at a young age. After graduating from high school, I did not like school. I mean, I had A's and B's. I never really failed my classes, but it wasn't something that I enjoyed going to school every day, so it's just not something I liked, something I really saw myself paying all this money for, not even finishing college. So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna look into franchising, something that I can really enjoy and love, and all the experience I took from working at my dad's for so long, take that over to what is Chillin' now and franchising. So I think that's really what took me into being a franchise instead of going to school. So I started looking into like the franchise.org website, and then social media is a big influence really on it, especially nowadays. So I think that's what really took my direction into finding Chillin'. When I first looked at Chillin', I saw like practically just what they were, just the ice cream itself, the website, how they made it. So decided to give them a chance, and so I was like, let me look into it, see who I can be in contact with. That's when I got in contact with David, and it's just and from there. There were 2 nitrogen places already in San Antonio previously that shut down, but it was Sub-Zero and Creamery Street that were there, and so I looked into them too. It was like something that was already local. I didn't have to, find from other places, but I tried their ice cream and it wasn't anything like Chillin's. The quality wasn't the same, the entertainment bar wasn't the same, the team wasn't the same, so it's just something that I saw in Chillin' that I knew it could really grow as a family. It's not just, a company that has employees, it's a family, so it's something that I've grown up always working with my dad and my grandfather and my mom, aunt and uncle. Like, it's just a family business, and I feel like that's something that really stood out about Chillin'. Chillin', like, as soon as you walk in, you see a big tank, and like you see kids running around, you see like smoke coming out, and then you see like all these people like ordering food and telling the kids, what do you want? And the kids, I want gummy bears, I want rainbow sprinkles, like so excited to order all these things. And I was like, this looks like, not only is it the taste is delicious, but it's the entertainment part that everybody kind of just brings that attention to everybody. It's like instantly fall in love with the place as soon as you walk in. I signed the franchise agreement stuff last year, so it's about to be a year in July. And then I started literally right after that, we started the realtor process, and it's just, now we're in construction. Hopefully finishing by end of May, starting in June. It's not challenging and it's not hard, it's not stressful. I think it's just the amount of effort you really put into it. Like, if you do what you need to do, put the effort into it, it's not hard. It's just really getting things done that you need to get done. Obviously, if you pile things up and leave things to the last minute, they're gonna pile up and be stressful. But I think once you just get the hang of it and just kind of do step by step by step, it's a very easy process. I mean, I would recommend to anybody young opening a franchise that just wants to do something different. I definitely recommend Chillin'. It's just an easy process to get to. Everybody helps you. Between David and everybody else in the team, everybody has been very helpful into just getting me in the right place. Making sure I'm on top of everything, equipment, construction, whatever. I have a great team that backs me up all the time. It's like, hey, let's not forget this, let's do this, or, let's order this, whatever. Everybody's on top of it. So I think that's a very important role. As long as everybody is on top of what they need to do in their role, I think everything just kind of eases out. No, I mean, it is stressful. It is hard because you're coming into something at such a young age that nobody, you have all this pressure on you. Like, you're so young, I'm the youngest franchisee in Chillin', so it's like all this pressure on me. But I think I enjoy my job and I enjoy what I do, so it doesn't feel like a job anymore. So it doesn't feel like I'm doing something that's very hard. It's just something that I'm like, you know what, let's just get things moving and you'll be fine. You don't have to really stress about it. It's just getting things done. I mean, honestly, as long as you have the motivation to do it, the consistency to do it, you'll be fine. It's not the same thing as having an auto repair shop because they're 2 different things, but it's a business at the end of the day, so it's run the same way. You have to please the customers, have the same, have to get equipment. So it's kind of the same thing, construction, but as long as you stick with it and motivate yourself enough to get things done, you'll be fine. I know at first, even when opening a Chillin', I'm not going to be making like so much money because you're starting a business. You have to start somewhere, and I think everybody doesn't really understand that in the business industry, where you have to start somewhere. And I think the earlier you start is the best way to do it, because when you get older, you'll get more of the hang of it, and you'll just like, you know what, I did this at 20, I can do anything now. So it just gives you that motivation that if you can do anything at this age, you can do anything at any age that you are and want to open a franchise. It's not too late for you. I do want to open more Chillins'. I mean, obviously the first one, kind of give it a year, see what happens. I know it's going to be a hit in San Antonio, so I'm very excited for that. So I think by the next year or so, I'll open another one and then kind of go from there, expand myself around San Antonio, and even eventually expand to like Austin area or anywhere else that I could bring a Chillin'. My dad has been my inspiration for everything. He inspires me to wake up early in the morning, get things done, and get home. Even if I get home late, from work or school or whatever, and I have things to get done, I know that he would have done it, so I want to do it too. Like, he's the person who's like, let's get things done, let's get things, going. He'll call me like on a Sunday and be like, hey, I don't work today, you don't work either, so like let's start making a plan to see what else we can catch up on. So it's like, it's always work, but it's not just work, it's something that you love, so obviously it gets you that motivation to let's get things done. And I think that's what my dad has definitely been my biggest motivation into everything. Ever since we were little, everything he's done is for us, for me and my sister, and it's such an inspiration for sure. We flew down together to meet, the Chillin' team and talk about, what was going to happen next, taste the ice cream. He was there for everything. He was the person that has been there since I first looked into Chillin', and has been there even way before that when I was working with him at his auto repair shop. Oh man, my dad's favorite is coffee and Heath. He's obsessed with that. He'll eat coffee and Heath every day. My grandma's is a butter pecan. And then I like two different ones. I like the banana or the mint, but honestly, all the flavors are really good, so it's really hard to pick them. It took the realtor and the team about 3 months or so, maybe a little bit less. It was just a process because we had so many locations, and some weren't available, some were. We were going back and forth with landlords, so we finally ended up with the one that's in a Lawn Town Center off of Northwest Military in Worshbach in San Antonio. And that one we got 3 months after looking into it. They automatically approved us and went straight into getting things approved for construction. As soon as I showed them what the concept was, they were in love with it. They were even wanting me to open one right away at another plaza, so they were very excited about what was coming into their plaza to begin with, because they don't have any desserts really, except this juice bar. So I think it was a great addition to their plaza, and so they loved it. I think the only thing that was hard during COVID times was finding rent that was cheap, but a good area. So it was the area I found. It's not cheap, but it's not it's super expensive. So it was right where we wanted it, and it's a great area, great market. We have an H-E-B in there. There's a Myron Steakhouse, which is a very famous steakhouse in San Antonio, and then there's a Mirasol, which is a Mexican cuisine. And then we also have a children's hospital, which is something that can bring a lot of attention, especially with children. Ice cream, it's a big thing. And then we have a Cornerstone Christian school that's close by, about 5 minutes. So that's the closest community school that's around there. It's a private school. And I think it's just a great area overall. Yeah, I think it's more of a family-oriented community. A lot of families come out to this plaza. A lot of business people also come out to this plaza, a little business proposals that they do there. They do a lot of anything. I've even seen some movie stars go in there before, in that plaza, in that area at the Myron Steakhouse. I've met some few people there before, so I think it's a great area where you get a little bit of everything. You get a little bit of walking traffic, you get a little bit of, just cars stopping in, and there's non-stop traffic with cars coming in and out of that plaza because of that H-E-B that's around there. So I think it's just a great area overall to be in. I feel like even when I tell people my age, when they ask me how old I am for the franchise, they're so confused and really surprised at my age. And I think that's something that a lot of people, especially this generation, we don't have a lot of. So I definitely want to inspire more people to, make that effort. Dreams can come true. You don't have to, be like, okay, I'm only young, I don't have enough money. There's so many loans out there. There's so many banks out there that are willing to help you out and get this going for you. So I think it's just an overall inspiration for anybody that wants to start a business to do it. I have a school that reached out to me recently, And I'm going to be speaking to them sometime in May, where they want me to go to an all-girls school. It's a private school in San Antonio, and they want me to talk to them about how I started with chillin' and like why I did it and like what motivated me to do it and how hard it's been or how easy it's been and all that kind of things. I think that's going to really bring a lot of, women, my age to be like, hey, like if she did it, I can do it too. And I feel like that's something that I definitely want to attract even to chillin', more franchisees that are my age or younger. If they want to do this, do it. It's not hard. It's an easy process. As long as you have the motivation to do it and the dedication, you'll be fine. Most people think, oh, your dad's helping you or your mom's helping you, and I'm like, no, like it's 100% me. Like this is my business, my career, my responsibility. This is my baby. Like, that now I have to bring and raise this baby up, into more babies and eventually more and more and more babies. So I think it's just something that it's definitely, it's been a challenge in some areas, but it's not that hard to get things done. Oh man, 20 years from now, I think I see myself having like at least like 5 to 10 chillins and, eventually obviously have a family. So later on, pass that down to my family and my kids and for them to run. And if that's something they want to do, I'm hoping chillin' becomes this big, company that everybody knows what it is, and it becomes one of the most popular companies in the country, in the United States in general, And I think that this can be that. This has so much potential. Chillin' has a great team, great enthusiasm, and all around everybody just wants to help, everybody wants to work. So I think just having that, and then having franchisees that want to be that way too, and put that effort and put that little grain of salt into the mixture, I think that goes a long way, and we can build this company very far. San Antonio is going to be my priority right now because that's where my main store is going to be. Eventually, if I see San Antonio is doing really good, I want to expand to Austin, maybe eventually even Houston, and then maybe if it's not Texas, maybe do something else. Louisiana's close by, Arizona's close by. Arizona's very hot, so maybe Arizona will be the next the next chillin'. Hi, I'm Vanessa Richoud. I am 20 years old, and I am Chillin's franchisee from San Antonio, Texas.